All right, YouTube, we're going to hop right into it. I told you guys I would give Canelo nothing but credit if we had a legitimate, fair fight, and that's not what happened. That is not what we witnessed last night. So today is Sunday, November 3rd. So how the hell did Kovalev get old in 90 days? Okay, I'm going to pause for a minute. I want you to really take that in for a minute. How did Kovalev get old in 90 days? Okay, he just had a fight with Anthony Yarde. It was about 97 days ago back in August, at the end of August. Okay, so 90 days later, he looks like a completely different fighter going into the fight of his life. And he even said that this is the most important fight. This is a legacy fight. I'm taking this serious, and you're going to see the best Kovalev. I mean, just compare the Kovalev from Anthony Yarde to Canelo Alvarez. It's completely different. Look, you don't get old in 90 days. I mean, I know in boxing you can get old overnight, as the saying goes, but overnight isn't 90 days, okay? It takes time. He came back after that round 8 from Anthony Yarde, came back and knocked out a dude. Look, Anthony Yarde rehydrates at heavyweight, okay? Kovalev just knocked out a heavyweight 90 days ago in the ring, because whenever Anthony Yarde rehydrates, and he said it himself, he's damn near a heavyweight. He's damn near 200 pounds, okay? He's a big dude, right? So how is it that Kovalev can go from doing what he did against Anthony Yarde to not being able to face Canelo Alvarez, okay? Now, the knockout, let's talk about it. If you want to see a real knockout, go look at the Amir Khan knockout. Go look at the Kirkland knockout. Okay, what we saw with Canelo Kovalev, what was that? What the hell was that? Left hook, was it a left hook, right cross? I mean, and then that little chicken leg. I mean, could it be? It just looks so fake. And then Kovalev, he gets caught. He's laying on the ropes, and it's like his left hand was up, meaning he was conscious. He was conscious. He was awake. He was aware. Okay, right? Cognitive, whatever you want to call it. He's looking at the audience. His right hand is here. And then he kind of had his nose resting on the rope. I mean, if you're knocked out, you can't control your body like that, for one. I mean, seriously. And I'm not trying to sound crazy or whatever, but it just didn't look right to me. And I went back and watched the fight. I counted maybe 10 punches that looked meaningful from Kovalev, that had any kind of power, behind him. Like where was it? Where was the power? I mean, that pitter-patter crap, it looked so fake to me. And I told you guys, I even supported Canelo leading up to the fight, caught so much hate, just caught a ton of hell from everybody. Oh, you're a traitor, you're this, you're that, you're selling out. No, I mean, I tried really hard to support Canelo. And then let's look at Canelo's reaction, or think about Canelo's reaction when he got the decision against Gennady Golovkin. He was crying, he was excited, and then compare that reaction to what he said was going to be the biggest win of his career. I mean, it was completely different, so I just didn't see that, emotional reaction from Canelo. He looked bored. He looked just detached. Looked like Anthony Joshua when he fought Ruiz. Just like, I don't know. So to me, if this is your biggest career, achievement, whatever, your legacy achievement, becoming a 4-time champ, where was that reaction? It was almost like he already knew, right? Like he already knew. I mean, look, again, I'm not trying to sound like some crazy tinfoil hat, wearing guy, but, something doesn't add up here. It just doesn't add up. And we're going to go through the list. So, and people keep telling me that you can't fake getting knocked out. They say you can't fake getting knocked out. So then I say to you, you've never boxed one single day in your life, okay? I mean, that's what I say to you. Look, people mimic, punches in the gym all day long. In fact, I was just sparring with a friend of mine, Steven. Shout out, Steven. He can even vouch for me. If you guys want him to come on my channel, we were sparring not long ago. And actually, it was during the Keith Thurman-Pacquiao fight. The day of that fight, I had a little sparring session with him. We were maybe 25, maybe 50% power, and the punches that were landing looked just like that punch. If you're a boxer, you know how to take power on and off your punches, right? And okay, let's say it was real. fine, it was real. I mean, but he still took a dive. It was still rigged. Even if it doesn't matter how you look at it. So, I mean, and I went back. The left hook landed like on the neck, on the right side of Kovalev's neck, and then the right cross, it was right, right square on the chin. I mean, it looked real-ish, but again, it could have been 25% power, even if it was real, whatever. I mean, Kovalev's a boxer. He can take a punch, so, so who knows? I mean, we're talking 12 million. Look, Kovalev got $12 million, like $12 million, and then a lucrative deal with DAZN. Right? So people are saying, well, where's the incentive? Why would Kovalev do that? Well, when you're talking $20 million, I mean, shit, I'll take a punch from Anthony Joshua, every day of the week and twice on Sunday for $20 million. I mean, come on. So now look, and also, I'm not hating on Canelo. Even if this was Gennady Golovkin against Kovalev, I would tell you the same thing, right? My reaction would be identical. I'll be like, no, that was a garbage fight. That was a mismatch. That was fake. That was rigged. Whatever it may be, I would tell you the same thing. And I also told you if Canelo wins, I will give him 100% credit, but I can't. So but look, it's not about Canelo. It's about right and wrong. And another point I'd like to make, okay? This was Canelo's easiest fight in the past 10 years, right? I mean, the Amir Khan fight was more challenging. I mean, you look at the Amir Khan, you tell me, being honest, what was the tougher fight, Kovalev or Khan? So I mean, I'm assuming your answer is Amir Khan, if you're being honest, because it was tougher. So that doesn't tell you anything? I mean, you're going to give Canelo credit for that? The easiest fight that the dude has had in literally a decade? I mean, I said it, look, if it's a competitive fight, sure, let's give him credit. He deserves it. I mean, of course I'd give him credit. I would praise him, hold him up on a pedestal, but no, I mean, come on, not for that. I mean, not what was that? A glorified sparring match? I mean, come on. I mean, did you see all that pitter patter? I mean, Kovalev couldn't bust a grape with those punches, couldn't squash a fly with those punches. What the hell was that? Like, what was he doing? So, I don't know. And here's the thing. Look, let me back up. If you guys have a question, leave a comment below, and I promise I'll answer it because I want to talk to you. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to debate you. I want to prove you wrong, or whatever. Let's agree. Let's disagree. I will have a civil discourse, conversation, whatever the hell with you in the comment section. So I don't care if I have 300 comments, I'll reply to each and every one of them. Because I want to give you a chance to say what you got to say. The fight was being marketed as no catch weight. A straight up even mano-a-mano match. But then at the last minute, they throw in this rehydration clause, which I didn't think it was that big of a deal. Because basically was it 10 a.m. Saturday morning, he couldn't weigh over 185. Okay, not a big deal, but again, it was kind of sneaky, kind of like they did against Daniel Jacobs, And I went over Canelo's history. We talked about, paying Angulo $100,000 to go up 1 pound because Canelo couldn't make weight. $100,000. Irizlandi Lara, paid $100,000 in that fight and didn't go for the belt. Right? Then you have the Canelo catchweight, what is it? Kirkland, Amir Khan, or not Amir Khan, Kirkland. Who the hell was a catchweight? Kirkland, Irizlandi Lara. I can't remember right now. Whatever. I'm telling you guys, I'm not fired up. I'm upset. I really am. I'm truly bothered by this. I really am. I mean, I can't even think straight. Because for one, I feel like an idiot. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I feel like a complete idiot because I supported Canelo leading up to the fight. And I was actually proud of him. I said, hey, this is great. This is boxing history. Why are all you hating? Why are y'all hating on this? I mean, I guess maybe you knew something that I didn't know. I mean, I thought, no, there is no way they're going to get on the biggest boxing platform in the world and try to pull some crap like this. There's no way. There's no way. They can't get away with that, but they did. I mean, how bold do you have to be if you're Golden Boy Promotion, if you're Canelo Alvarez to do something like that? And okay, let's put all that aside. Let's say the fight was 100% legit. I still don't give him credit because that was his easiest fight in 10 years. I mean, go through the resume. I mean, I can't think of an easier fight for Canelo. It was pitter, patter, patter, pitter, patter. Oh, here's a right, one or two, maybe two or three right hands every round. You know, there was a couple little body shots here and there, and then boom, he got knocked out. I mean, it was the easiest night Canelo's had in 10 years. So how do you give him credit for that? I mean, I just don't get it. Again, I don't care who it is. Pacquiao, Gennady Golovkin. You know, you take my favorite fighters of all time. I wouldn't give them 1 ounce of credit for that. I mean, I guess if it was legit, maybe, you know, let's play devil's advocate for a minute. You know, maybe Canelo didn't know it was rigged, right? Maybe whatever. That's laughable, but whatever. You know, then I don't know. I probably still wouldn't give him credit. I would just say, no, you need to fight another light heavyweight. You need to have a real challenge at light heavyweight before I can call you a 4-time champ, a 4-division champ, right? I mean, let's be real here. Let's be honest. I mean, we talk about belt snatching, you know, in the past. There's boxers that'll do it all the time. They'll move up, take an easy win. Oh, I'm a 2-time champ. I'm a 3-time champ. You know, it happens all the time. I've talked about it on my channel for years, and that's exactly, it was a belt grab. It was simply a belt grab at a bare minimum. Even if it was a legitimate fight, it was simply a belt grab to say you're a 4-time champ. Right? I mean, seriously. And I'm disappointed because I really thought this was going to just erase a lot of the, you know, I don't know, the bad decisions from Canelo in the past, the catch weights, you know, Amir Khan. I mean, all of that, avoiding the trilogy against Gennady Golovkin. And let's talk about that for a minute. And I'm going to hop off here. You know, but first let me recap. Like I said, easiest fight in 10 years. Okay, Kovalev, that was the weakest punches he's ever thrown. How do you get old in 90 days? How do you go from knocking out a heavyweight, okay, on fight night in Anthony Yard with a jab to not being able to make Canelo blink with your hardest right hand? Okay, Canelo hasn't had a meaningful knockout since 2016. Amir Khan, Liam Smith, and who was it? Amir Khan, Rocky Fielding. And by the way, there was some weight manipulation in the Rocky Fielding fight. We just learned that recently too. Rocky Fielding came forward and said, yes, there was a rehydration clause, there was this, there was that. So they had the advantage going into the Rocky Fielding fight as well when he became a 3-time champ, a 3-division champ. You know, so it's insane to me. I mean, I don't know what to make of this, but all I know is I am not giving him just an ounce of credit, none whatsoever. And going back to Gennady Golovkin Canelo trilogy, I think this was a distraction to avoid Gennady Golovkin because, you know, I even said, and here's where I'm wrong, and I'll admit it. You know, you guys know if I make a mistake, I'll own up to it like a man. I thought Kovalev would be the tougher fight. I said, no, Gennady Golovkin didn't look good against Sergey Darvinchenko. So yes, of course, Kovalev's going to be the tougher fight, but I was wrong. I was dead wrong. I mean, but maybe if it was a legitimate fight and wasn't rigged, maybe it would have been. So maybe I was right, but I don't get to play that game. I got it wrong, and that's okay. I'm okay with getting things wrong. It's boxing, you know? You know, that's what I like about boxing. You get it right, you get it wrong, whatever. It's boxing. But my point is, you know, I think it was a huge distraction, you know, becoming a 4-division champ to avoid Golovkin because Canelo needed to sell DAZN something big, something huge because, you know, that was the deal. We give you $365 million, you fight Gennady Golovkin. Or we need something as big or bigger. So what's as big or bigger? Becoming a champ, knocking him out in the 11th round. I mean, even Canelo's performance, I mean, leading up to that round 11, okay? It was like, I was like, why isn't he throwing punches? Where's that, the you know, traditional Canelo combinations, the body shots? I mean, and we all talked about that. We all said, you know, Canelo's going to go to the body. You know, Canelo, you know, body shot. And I even told you guys, I don't think so. I think that's a myth. I think, you know, I just don't believe that. And at least I got that right. I got something right. My God. I mean, you know, so, you know, where was the traditional Canelo Alvarez? I mean, it was gone. It wasn't there. Nothing was right. I mean, it was just nothing looked right to me. Didn't pass the smell test. And history will prove, at a minimum, he doesn't deserve credit for this win, even if it was a legitimate fight. And let me end it here. I told you guys, and I put out a video saying that I heard from a reliable source. Now, this is someone directly connected to Canelo that the fight was going to be rigged. Okay, and who knows, maybe I can talk to my friend and I can tell you who told me that, okay? Maybe I can reveal my source where I heard that. It was someone directly connected to Canelo, and I heard it from more than one person. So if you're out there listening, shout out, my friend. But I also heard it from other people. So maybe I could talk about who I heard it from and you would believe me. Someone tied directly, very intimate, very close to Canelo, leaked a little bit of information, went to a friend, came to me, okay? And I told you guys, I said, I heard it was rigged. And I was like, but I don't know. I got to see the fight in order to make up my mind. Well, I saw the fight, and it was rigged.